force. One such powerful Zelion is Alara Kitan. She can knock exploratory spaceship known as the USS Orville. The Orville is tasked to know. Most of them are humans, and some are aliens. Its leader then shows a planet named Sargass 4, where two people are being interviewed. Vote and downvote option on it. Soon after, the public begins voting, brought to the punishment room. But when one of them tries running away, the cops shoot electrocuted, and the scene changes. A few days later, the Orville approaches century Earth. Before initiating the mission, Captain Mercer reveals to finds a team of 4. Commander Kelly, Dr. Claire, Lieutenant Lamar, Colonel Sargass hat, and covers her nose with a band-aid before leaving, when part of their life. For instance, a man compliments his friend's weight loss, or is a completely democratic country, where the general population decides they come across a bookstall and inquire about the researchers. Instead of answering, have some fun, and starts dancing with a nearby statue. Commander Kelly immediately dance, and as a result, Lamar finally gets down from the statue. A number of downvotes are shunned by the society of this world. Meanwhile, popular people, as they had been corrected recently, but before they and just then, a TV report displays the footage of Lamar dancing with henceforth be referred to as the God Humper. Confused, the group sadly, a bunch of officers show up and take him away. He is then brought to prisoners, but their jobs are contrastingly different. Willix tries to ask Lamar his thing. He mentions that in Sargass 4, everything is democratically run. Corrected. A correction is a procedure in which a criminal is electrocuted. And to process, Lamar will have to go through a series of interviews, which will be displayed to prepare a perfect apology speech. Travis Scott wouldn't stand a correction. Alara remembers that the cafe employee Lysella also to interrogate Lysella, while Commander Kelly stays behind with Lamar. Awfully wrong, when Lamar makes a mockery out of himself. Soon, the people start interrogating her about their missing colleagues. Lysella mentions that one was correct room. Lysella approaches them and accidentally notices Alara's uncovered face. They are aliens, and that they have come to take their friends back. Soon, Lysella head to the correctional facility and finally find one of the researchers that was to the Orville. On the other hand, Lamar goes to his second apology interview, but with Orville, everyone is anxious about Lamar as time is running out. Just that, he takes the tough decision to bring Lysella to their base. After she is brought, if there is any way to change the people's perception towards Lamar, the girl puts forth a plan to hack into the voting database, and Mercer gives him the vote. And at the end of the duration, if it reaches 10 million, Lamar will be for the criminals who take care of their grandmothers, have a military record, and spams it into the system. Surprisingly, the plan works. In fact, another planet, which resembles medieval Earth. This time, Commander come in contact with anyone, as it may result in cultural contamination. Kelly ventures out first, and when she peers through her binoculars, she notices a village, but one of them trips and falls, causing her head to bleed. Although Kelly is under and introduces herself. She then takes out one of her futuristic devices. Later, when the entire crew is back to base, to conclude their finding, he mentions that the planet is locked in a multi-phasic orbit. It has now been teleported to another universe, where it can complete its orbit in days. Hearing this, Captain Mercer and the group decide to wait for the planet. Something very weird. On further inspection, he finds out that although this shocks everyone in the room, and Isaac simplifies the phenomenon in Commander Kelly and her team visited the planet, astonished by the finding. Hence, they approach a nearby hut and try stealing some clothes. But just because of the incident, the group realizes that something really bad has happened. They were hanged for spreading blasphemy about their god, Kelly. Duddy, when his mother mentions that Kelly is watching him, stunned. The grid years ago changed everything. Since she looked modern and healed, they still regard her as their savior. This is a big problem for the group. It's to confront the head of state, Volantis, and reveal that she is a mortal. Kelly tells them to get up and starts explaining that she is not a god. Volantis is baffled by her healing ability, but Kelly asserts that this, along with the fact that Kelly bleeds like any other being. Finally, the group leaves. Volantis proceeds to prepare his men to spread the news throughout, kills him. Following this, the scene fast forwards by 11 days, where Earth emerges. Without wasting any time, he conducts some tests and finds in her name. The group is devastated to learn that their plan did not work, just so that she can prove that she's not a god. However, Captain Mercer immediately about science, the people will believe him. Furthermore, he will also survive, as it is the only way to repair the damage. After this, the scene again skips. A spaceship approaches the Orville and asks for permission to enter. Captain Mercer Isaac, as he was one of the driving forces behind the planet's development, when Kelly and the other aliens visited their planet, as it gave them the motivation and willpower. See what happens next. Watch the second part in Series Recapped.